Good evening, Dr. Lawrence and Cabinet, Board of Education members, Ponus administration and staff, parents, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2026. I am Robert Lowe, your 2026 valedictorian. And I will be speaking to you about how success is limitless. Success can take many forms. However, I'm going to use the term success in this way. Success in this sense means that one goal, which is graduation, is well worth the pain and hardships we endured to get here over these last 4 years. Success is the knowing that all that we had to overcome hasn't been for nothing. Walking across this stage tonight is a huge achievement and a huge mark on our success as an individual and ultimately as a class. Now think about the past 4 years before you go to walk across the stage and think of all the things you have accomplished and what all you have done to be able to walk across the stage tonight. Imagine what you can do with the next 4 years and the years after that. Because honestly, we all made it this far, right? So what's the point of stopping now? Keep pushing, keep endearing, keep believing in yourself, and keep striving to become the best version of yourself. In the end, it'll all be worth it, especially all that you hope for has come true. One last thing to remember is that there aren't any shortcuts to success, and to stay focused and strive to be limitless. Thank you.
Good evening, students, parents, teachers, administration, families, and friends. My name is Regina Kashindi, and as the class salutatorian, I am honored to welcome you to the graduation of the Ponus class of 2026. I would like to thank our teachers, parents, relatives, coaches, counselors, and friends who helped us get here. Today marks the end of one chapter, but the beginning of a new one with limitless possibilities. It is also a representation of our hard work and a celebration of the limitless potential within all of us as we move forward. Throughout high school, I have learned that the only boundaries that truly exist are the ones we place on ourselves. High school has been our training ground where we've learned, grown, and maybe even figured out who we aspire to be. Whether it was in the classroom, in a sport, at HOSA, Skills USA, or BPA competitions, we've grown, learned many skills, and gained many certifications from our individual pathways. Now, we're heading out into the real world when there aren't always clear answers or easy paths, but there is no set perfect path in life. Sometimes it feels like you have to do things in a specific order to be successful, but that is not true. There are a lot of different ways to reach your goals, and none of them are wrong. We're a class made up of all sorts of different people, experiences, and hopes. We each have our own unique background that made us who we are. So let us move forward, grounded in who we are, growing beyond every boundary, and together, let us shape a future worthy of the dreams we hold today. Before I end my speech, I would like to say a quote from a Swahili proverb. Kila ndege huruka kwa mabawa zake. In English, this translates to, every bird flies with its own wings. This means we each have our own, which means we each have our own strengths, path, and destiny. Do not try to fly with someone else's wings or follow someone else's path. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Good evening, parents, families, distinguished members of the board, cabinet members, Superintendent Dr. Lawrence, our opponent's faculty, and most importantly, the class of 2026. Class of 2026, 4 years ago, you walked through the doors of David H. Ponus Career Technology Center as nervous freshmen. You spent 3 years building traditions, winning games, demonstrating competency required by the Ohio Department of Education, and making this school your own. Then at the start of this year, I walked through the same doors. You were the seasoned veterans who knew every corner of this building. I was a new principal looking for the main office. You already knew what it meant to be a Panther. I was just trying to learn the ropes. You were the seasoned veterans, again, who knew every corner. But I would be remiss in saying we would not be here tonight without the strong foundation that was built over the first 3 years under the leadership of Principal Lolita Christian. And I am deeply, deeply grateful for the legacy she left behind for us to build upon. I inherited an incredible class of leaders, and standing here today, looking out at all of you, I have never been prouder or more honored to have shared this final chapter with you. High school is often portrayed as a straightforward path: studying, participating in sports or joining clubs, attending homecoming, attending prom, and graduating. However, if your experience has taught you anything, it's that life is filled with unforeseen challenges and unexpected changes. These may include adjustments to your schedules or difficult exams. At times, these changes might also include the form of a new principal jumping on a PA system talking about Panther Sweep in full effect. Look, I know I wasn't always the most popular person on campus when the doors locked. I know you had 3 years of doing things one way, and then I showed up with a timer. But I promise you there was a method to the madness, because the world out there moves fast, and showing up matters. And look at how most of you responded. You adapted, and today you officially outrun the Panther Sweeps to cross the ultimate finish line. Before I go, I'm going to leave you with some nuggets of wisdom. As you leave this arena and step into the next chapter of your lives, you're going to face real challenges. When that happens and where circumstances become difficult, I encourage you not to shy away or retreat. Instead, face those challenges head on with resilience and determination. Remind yourself that over the past 4 years, you've been equipped with the skills and the knowledge necessary to overcome any obstacles that may arise. As you navigate that world, don't get caught up in the noise. Don't worry about how many likes you got on the screen. The only like you should ever truly be concerned with is the like that you have for yourself when you look yourself in the mirror at the end of the day. And lastly, to keep that self-respect, you must remember what your why is. Your why is your purpose. It's your family, your passion, your values, and the impact that you're going to make on this world. Let your why be at the absolute core of everything that you do and every single move that you make. If your why is strong, there's no barrier that can hold you back. Class of 2026, I want to thank you. Thank you for welcoming me as your new principal into the Panther community for your senior year. Thank you for showing me what it means to be a part of this community. You are leaving me behind as a better leader, and you are heading out into the world ready to change it. Knuckle up, dig in, remember your why, and go make us proud. Congratulations, Panthers, Panther 2026. Superintendent Lawrence. Each student has earned a minimum of 20 Carnegie units in all required courses and has demonstrated competency and readiness as defined by the Ohio Department of Education's graduation requirements. I do hereby certify that each of these students has met or exceeded the graduation requirements set forth by Dayton Public Schools and the Ohio Department of Education. Superintendent Lawrence, I present for your acceptance the David H. Ponitz Career Technical Center High School Class of 2026.
All right, packed house, packed house. Graduates, give it up for all your people. Give it up for all your people. Packed house tonight. Packed house tonight. David H. Ponitz Panthers. I remember your sunrise service when the school year started. That seems like yesterday. We're here. So I'm not going to take much time. I'm going to get you out of here so you get your diplomas and get on with life. As superintendent of Dayton Public Schools and by the powers entrusted to me by the Ohio Department of Education and the Dayton Board of Education, I do hereby accept these candidates for graduation and release their diplomas to be presented during this ceremony. Board Member Jamaica Garrison, it is my honor to commend to you the David H. Ponitz Career Technology Class of 2026.
Good evening. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Lawrence, Dr. Jones. Thank you, class of 2026, the Ponitz High School. Congratulations. On behalf of Dayton Board of Education, it is a true honor to stand before you to celebrate a moment that represents years of effort, growth, perseverance. To the class of 2026, congratulations. This moment belongs to you. So I want to start out by saying Dr. Brown took all of my time, so I am going to be brief. The students did an excellent job in 2026. They earned a multitude of prestigious scholarships. We are proud to have 4 College Promise Scholars, 6 University of Dayton Kessler Scholars, 6 Ohio State University Young Scholars, Students earned industry-recognized credentials and certifications, and we are proud to share that we now have 12 certified nursing assistants, six licensed cosmetologists, 6 dental assistants and radiographer certificates. In addition to this, students earned 507 college credits. On the athletics front, Ponus won the Flag Football City Championship for the 3rd year in a row. And overall, class of 2026, you earned $2.2 million in scholarships. Give it up for yourselves. Now, I would be remiss to not mention how much I am going to miss Miss Nevaeh Woods, who sat on the board and continued to learn what leadership looks like. She exemplified tenacity and grace, and she provided her opinions, which were very well thought out and always had great questions. Thank you for your leadership. You will be missed. Dayton is a proud community built on resilience, innovation, and heart. And now, graduates, you are part of its future. Wherever life takes you, please remember, Dayton Public Schools will always be here for you. Now, on behalf of the Dayton Board of Education, I accept these students commended to me by the superintendent, and they shall be hereforth deemed graduates of Dayton Public Schools, and they shall be hereforth bestowed with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities afforded to graduates of this school system. Please, everyone, join me in congratulating the David H. Ponus Career Technology Center class of 2026.
Robert Lowe. Regina Kiza Kashindi. Nevaeh Woods. Alicia Scott. Caleb Shade. Shaylaze Schmalstig. Sanaya Swift. Charlene Asamize. Ala Mohammed. Lexi Marie May. Kayla Cheyenne Parham. Unique Sincere Scandrick. Amia Nicole Marie Nason. Shayla May Davis. Jaswan Shafiq Diaz Torres. Deani Adams. Emra Agalayev. Matios Alemne. Carlos Alvarenga Pinto. Brianna Anderson. Jemiah Ricky Anderson. Kiara Christine Anderson. Rakenya Anderson Hampton. Shania Ballard. Kamari Ayana Patel. Kevin Loran Baxter. Jason Bell. Lanaya Bell. Kamari Benton. Janae Benton. Soraya Bernard. Neftalia Batongo. Antonio Blythe. Marco Bonane. Michael Bostick. Caleb Burnham. Trayshawn Butler. Shania Campbell. Maurice Carter. Butanga Chanja. Lene Cooley. Mariah Angeline Kortner. Nalena Lamaya Cosby. Jamaria Monet Culpepper. Paris Culpepper. Camry Elizabeth Daniels. Prince Daniels. Tania Daniels. Lexana Davis. Nija Davis. Shamaya Davis. Antonio DeLeon. Zawan Jamar Dennis. Makai Dixon. Dania Donalds. Shamira Douglas. Malachi Dumas. Michael Dute. Nathan Espino. Trent Evans. Shaquan Fambro. Cameron Fisher. Nevaeh Fisher. Jakai Fletcher. DeFroza Florence. Ty Florence. Reina Flores. Jasmine Frederick. Blessing Gar. Cynthia Garcia. Zaria Glass. Trevon Lavelle Groves, Jr. Jalen Sidney Lachey Haley. Antoine Hall. Indigo Phoenix Aura Hall. Adeline Hamilton. Tierra Nevea Harrison. Sean Hart, Jr. Chad Hawkins. De'Eric Hill. Mackenzie Hoskins. Shannon Howard, Jr. Julian Ingram. Imani Jadon. Terrell Jefferson. Janila Lachelle Jeffrey. Ashari Michelle Johnson. Danielle Sharonda Johnson. Taylor Lachey Johnson. Davaris Antoine Lavelle Jones. Jayla Tracy Knowles. Jean Kalanda. Kylan Levy. Eliv Lufieva. Lucia Malilo. Adrian Arthur Mann. Skip Monrique. Erica Matthews. Duran McKee. Anaya McKinney. Brian McQuay. Gilbert Futmukiza. Gerard Miller. Mohammed Mohammed. Allison Molina Bamaka. Jerome Montgomery. Treyer Montgomery. Isaiah Moreland. Jerry Morgan. Alamasi Mosambia. Yaneli Munoz. Innocent Dambaje. Oscar Ndesaba. Zarel Karan Nelson. Latia Newton. Sharia Naringimana. Destiny Terrell Ober. Armani Lavelle Oldham. Renaya Oliver. Delphina Eileen Palma Magdana. Dale Parsons. Carissa Parsons. Dennis Paz Sanchez. Karina Perez Reyes. Cornell Pierce. Jesus Quintanilla Castillo. Celestine Ramazani. Lisandro Ruiz. Halima Salih. Nakai Satterwhite. Torin Scheiding. Rama Saeed. Aiden Shade. Rika Smith. D'Angelo Spencer. Ryan Stinson. Micaiah Amari Taylor. Zion Edward Thomas. Cameron Thompson. Nevaeh Trammell. Elizida Trinidad. Elijah Underwood. Vanessa Velasquez. Elijah Walker. Tiaraje Nehemiah Wardy. Ayana Amarie Scott. Jarrell Ware. Marcellus Watkins Jr. Sanaya Webster. Josiah White. Hector Zelaya Molina. Tremel Lane. La Diamond Andrews.
Good evening. My name is Trevon Groves Jr., and I will be turning the tassels for the class of 2026.